This is a lesson on our beginner band tune called Shark Attack. Our special guest for today's lesson is Lisa Liz Trombone. She's an awesome YouTuber. She has great videos all about trombone on her channel. The links are all down below, so go check out her channel and make sure you subscribe. You need to know 2 notes to play this song, and let's look at those 2 notes right now. Shark Attack is 9 measures long, and whenever we're learning a new song, it's a great idea to break it down into smaller parts and practice them one at a time. So let's look at phrase 1, which is the first 2 measures. In the first measure, we have a whole note, and a whole note is when we play our sound for 4 counts or 4 foot taps, like this. Ta. In the second measure, we have a quarter note on beat 1, and then we have quarter note rests on beats 2, 3, and 4. So to play this measure, we're going to play ta on beat 1, and then count in our heads, rest, rest, rest on 2, 3, 4. Let's practice phrase 1. As we go through this lesson, you can always take a minute to pause and practice these individual phrases. Now let's take a look at phrase 2. And actually, you might have already noticed that phrase 2, the next 2 measures, are exactly the same as what we just did in phrase 1. So let's try phrase 2. Now let's look at phrase 3, the next 2 measures. We're using the same notes that we've been using so far in this song, but our rhythm is a little bit different. We have a half note, a quarter note, and a quarter note rest. A half note is 2 beats of sound, or 2 foot taps. A quarter note is 1 beat of sound, and then our quarter note rest is 1 beat of silence. So this rhythm would sound like this. Ta, ta, rest. Except we don't say the rest out loud. We think the rest silently in our head, like this. Ta, ta. Let's practice phrase 3. Now let's look at the 4th and final phrase. This one is 3 measures long, and we can see in the first 2 measures we have all quarter notes. Ta, 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 ta. And then we finish with a whole note, which is a 4-beat note, and we already know how to do that. When you're playing your quarter notes here in phrase 4, we want to make sure we connect them together with a steady stream of air, like this. It's like you're using your air for a whole note, but the ta of your tongue is making the quarter notes. It's very important because we don't want to huff and puff on our quarter notes like this. It sounds much better if we connect them together in a steady stream of air. Let's practice phrase 4. Okay, so now we've practiced the individual smaller parts of our song one at a time. Let's try putting it all together and try to play the full song. To get us started, we're going to hear a metronome click that sounds like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we play. All right, so let's get ready to go. Make sure you're sitting or standing with proper posture. You've got your feet flat on the floor. You're holding your instrument with proper holding position. You've got your fingers ready to go for the first note. Check your band face. Make sure your embouchure and your band face is ready to go. And take a nice deep breath before you play. Let's try it. Now, if you can't play the song perfectly yet, that's totally normal and it's totally fine. You just need to go back and practice the smaller phrases of the song, just like we did in this lesson. If your instrument isn't working right or your notes don't sound right, we have our instrument checklist. Go through the items on this checklist one by one to make sure you're doing all the things you need to do to make a good sound on your instrument. And if you're still having trouble, remember you can always ask your music teacher for help. Okay, everybody, that's our tutorial on Shark Attack. I hope you enjoyed playing this really fun song. Thanks for watching. Now go practice.